Wilson from Radar. I get down for my
Straight up, like,
Oh, you got a party in, man.
oh yeah, we kicking it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big K.R.I.T. Trying to catch us slipping, baby. Ain't gonna happen.
Man, I appreciate everybody coming out, man. I had to walk light coming out that thing. Well, you don't understand.
Let me take my jacket off, man. I gotta get comfortable.
Well, I'm gonna wait. You do that, and then once you confirm that that's okay to do, then I'll do the same.
You want us to go jacketless?
All right, confirmation, cool. I'm gonna stay seated though.
There you go. I tried to stunt a little quick.
What now? No, that's a polo. Don't come on, man. Why you gonna do me like that? You don't see this red horse right here? My bad. I don't mean to do that. I don't want to be like that. Don't act like y'all don't wear Foot Locker t-shirts. Hold on.
You're saying, right?
I'm not finna go jogging in a polo tee. I ain't that dude.
Great, man. Welcome to Crown, baby.
What's happening? How y'all
How you
doing,
feel, man?
I'm good. I'm great. I should say that. I'm great.
You feel like you're in like
Yeah,
a
hell
great
yeah.
space right now.
I'm glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it take for a brother in Mississippi to be glowing, man?
To be glowing, oh man, to drop an album, his second album called K.R.I.T, and people say it right the first time. That's worth glowing. Yeah.
Cadillac, tell us about it, man.
Oh,
I heard a
man.
little bit. I was trying to brag.
You want me to just shortly tell you, or overall tell you about it? Tell me.
We're gonna get deep into it.
Oh, ooh, okay, all right, peep it.
Well, what she say? What she say?
All about it.
All of it.
All about it.
Yo, these are big fans, man. They want to know what's
Yeah.
up, man.
Well, peep this though. So K.R.I.T is a planet that I created on wax. You know what I'm saying? But it was really my conscious mind, and I just wanted to figure out a way to creatively put whatever I wanted to in my album. But I had to call it something. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm gonna call this K.R.I.T. And K.R.I.T is this planet, and from the beginning to the end, it's like I created, and I take you through life, from the beginning of life, being young and rambunctious in life, getting to that point in life where you start remembering what young was like and wanting that back. Then getting to that point where you're like, I'm not young anymore. I need to accept that and start trying to find what's my purpose now. Yeah. Going from there to finding your purpose and becoming content with what you've done in life, and you want to leave something for your family, and that's K.R.I.T. But it's slightly obscure because it comes from my mind creatively in a way. So things are a little different. Things are a little shifted. It might be what you're not used to lyrically or some of the content you're familiar with, but it's in K.R.I.T.'s way. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how did you come up with that? It seemed like a very
but I feel like
intricate idea.
But all my projects tie into each other as I'm telling a story, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling the story backwards on the low. And so I had to tell people where the Cadillac came from. It crash landed on planet Earth, which is mainstream America or music. But at the end of the day, it still came from my conscious mind. All this music comes from my experiences and what I've been through in life. And I felt like I needed to express what is K.R.I.T, or where did this Cadillac come from? How can I sum all this up? And I decided to take people really deep into my subconscious musically. And I think I was able to really make it happen.
I know you made sacrifices. Like, I think you felt like you learned there was things that didn't go right with Live from the Underground, so you felt like you should change your approach and make some sacrifices for the art, right?
Yeah. The first sacrifice was realizing that I can't try to learn the business and try to create at the same time, because things that happen in the business can affect my creativity. And if I'm angry on a business aspect, then it's gonna flow over into my music. And that's something I learned that I should never do. And so with K.R.I.T, I kind of took a step back. I trusted my team and the people that I was working with to be able to handle things. And then when they came to me with options. It's either this or that. It wasn't, well, what do you want to do? And I'll be in a point where, dog, I really just want to make sure this kick drum is hitting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really all I care about. But you can't care about this kick drum, though. And so
can't tighten this snare for 18 hours.
Yeah, straight up. And it's like, yeah. And so what I did was just kind of remove myself a little bit. And you know, like, I had great people working with me. Shout out to Dutch. You know what I'm saying? Steve-O. You know what I'm saying? For really holding me down at the beginning of the process of this project. And yeah, man, I just got to sit back and create and work with other producers and just be an artist.
Because you used to do all your own production, all the mixing, all the rapping, every single aspect of it.
Yeah.
And now you kind of gave up a little of that control.
Yeah, I gave up 30% of it.
Okay, just a little bit.
Just let y'all know. But it was a great 30% that I gave up. I needed to give up that 30%. Trust me. Yeah.
You don't regret giving up that 30%.
Oh yeah, I feel blessed that I gave up that 30%. It's done wonders, especially for this
What
album.
kind of difference did that make, do you think, to the process?
I think for me it was, well, creatively I was in a space where I was using my instruments that I had created, kick, drum, snare. It was always my way of creating a song. And then I got into the studio with shout out DJ Dahi, Terrace Martin, Jim Johnson. Raphael Sadiq produced a record on the album as well. I got in the studio with these people, and they produced records differently.
Yeah.
But it sounded like samples, but it wasn't. Yeah. And y'all know how I get down with samples. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Sample
like,
game is tough.
Oh yeah. So I needed to figure that out. And I saw how they were producing and how it was like this collective effort to make something. And I was so used to being in my house by myself, going through these samples and literally only dealing with myself, like, all right, whether I should use this or not. But working with them was like, yo, man, we're going to go all the way there. They knew my sound, but they wanted me to do something totally different. They wanted me to go farther than that. And they would play me beats, and I was like a kid, like, oh, shit, you going to give me that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I done heard some, like, I go to a studio and like, yeah, I'm going to play you some beats, and the guy plays me his X beats. And I say X from the letter A being the best beats to X being like, but don't play this shit. You know what I'm saying? They was playing me like the A+ records. And I was like, hell yeah. And then I go right to them, and they give me their honest opinion, which is always amazing. Yeah. And then they turn into these crazy records that we got on K.R.I.T.
So you said Raphael Sadiq. How did that come about?
Because I'm a fan. Yeah.
Big Raphael Sadiq
applause
fan.
For the homie.
Yeah, you said you like what's that record? You Blind Man. You said you used to ride around to that a lot.
Yeah,
right?
Blind Man. But Little Walter is one of those songs I heard when I was little. That
Tony.
It scared the shit out of me. I don't even know what they was talking about.
The chorus.
If you ever heard that song, it sounds like, I don't know what really happened to Buddy, but it sounds like it was a horrible thing. And so that was one of the first records I heard. And then obviously Blind Man on Instant Vintage was one of those songs I rode around to in Meridian while I was, in high school and dealing with high school. And in my grandmother's Maxima, and I was blasting this song on repeat because I was so intrigued with how he tell a story, and I still not totally get it, right? I never would have thought 10 years later I get to ask him what the song about. I'm not telling you what the song's about, but I get to ask him. When y'all see him, y'all can ask him what the song about.
You're not gonna snitch on Sadiq?
Nah, but that was me knowing. Nah, I can't tell you that shit. That's him. But I got the opportunity to work with him because I reached out and I knew he understood soul music to the depth, and that when I went to him, he wasn't gonna give me anything but that. Yeah. And it wasn't gonna be a sample. I found out he made hip hop beats, and it was important that I went to him. And he was familiar with the music, and literally he played me one record. He played me 2 records, and the first record was a hit single he got. Then he played me the second record, which is the record I rapped on. And I was like, I'd never been so floored with the production and how warm the music sound, because he still believes in old school vintage, running that shit through tape machines and shit like that. Yeah. And for me, being one of those people that love old school music so much, that was like, oh, we got to do this. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure like the label was excited. You getting it with Sadiq, like to the song you made, I think it's called Soul Food.
Soul
right?
Food, yeah.
That possibly will be a single, right? Like,
the next one.
Did you feel like that's what you were kind of going for? Did you feel like that was what you was going for? Or was just kind of an organic, like did you go there with the intention of thinking I could maybe come away with like this big single, or it was more like just vibing and seeing what you guys would come up with?
Vibing and just being organic. I think people don't necessarily expect singles from me. They expect full bodies of work. And I think if I wanted to get to a point where I could actually grow in my music, I had to almost step away from sampling so much and start making the kind of music that people wanted to sample. And working with Raphael also gave me the opportunity to write. And so when I was writing this song, you can hear my voice different. It's clear. I have a different kind of energy on it because I'm not so tired by making the beat, writing the hook,
Doing it more at the end of the process.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, when you did the first singles, Pay Attention, right? Yeah. That's a little different for you also.
Yeah.
Right? Talk about the challenges.
Oh,
like
yeah, hell yeah. That's my single. We gonna love on that thing, man. Video coming soon, shout it. Trust me.
Is that another way of like with Rico Wade and Jim Johnson of kind of giving up a lot
Rico
of control?
Love. Rico Love. Shout out to Rico Wade, organized noise. Rico Love though.
I mean Rico Love. My bad. Rico Love.
I gotta say that because he'd be like, yo, bro.
Rico Love and Jim Johnson, but you had to give up certain measure of control with that too, right? To just be open to the process of collaborating with them, right?
Yeah, but that was the purpose. That was the purpose because I knew about their music and what kind of music they created. Yeah. And it's one of those things. But when I got in the studio, Jim Johnson was like, "Yeah, I got 3 beats, rap on them," and he let me. I just did my thing. I wrote the hooks, killed them shits. Then it was like, "All right, cool. We gonna make a beat that we think you should rap on, cause we just let you do you. But now you leave the room, dog. We think this is what we gonna make what we think you need." Yeah. And then Rico fell through, and Rico dapped me up and was like, "They in the studio?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, I'll be back." Yeah. And he didn't come back just like, "Yo, K.R.I.T, come listen to this shit." You know what I'm saying? And he was familiar with my music. Everybody knew what I was trying to do, but they gave me the opportunity to express it sonically in a way that people weren't used to me rapping. Used to me rapping on. And it's one of those things where people are like, "Damn, K.R.I.T, I think you might have changed up or something." But I was like, what you don't understand is they're a part of so many hits that when you hear this song, you're like, "Man, that remind me of something." But it's because they was a part of the hits that you already listened to anyway. So when the kick drum, the snare, when I heard that, I immediately knew what to do, and I did me on it. That's why you hear the toot it up, turn it out, show out when you show up. Because I never run away from me. Don't even got to worry about that shit. But I got to make it edgy a little bit, you know. Yeah.
Something a little edgy, maybe controversial, man. You got a song called King of the South.
You heard about that?
King of the South, man. I want you. He had a listening session for a bunch of journalists, a little small joint. Yeah. I'm running late. I try to be the big dog. I come in.
He was 5 songs late. He came in on that song though. Like
I came in on that one.
That song he was there like.
King of the South. I'm like, what?
He was waiting outside the door for like, okay, yeah, playing. I'm gonna go in. No doubt.
What's going on, man? You hurting T.I.'s feelings? What's going on, man?
See, that's what happens. They try to pit
He's
people against each other. He's
gonna point at me a lot tonight. That's just the first time.
But this what I at a point in my life where it's like I know what I do. I know what I represent. The music I make. K.R.I.T is my planet. It's my conscious mind. Why the hell wouldn't I be the king of the South in my conscious mind? As a man, I feel like I'm the king of the South as well, and what I embody. And it doesn't really stop there with just being the king of the South. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's one of those things where I'm not trying to like, oh, this is all I need. Like, no. It's like when it comes to music, I want people to understand that for me, it's subject matter, it's content. I've been put in a place now where I can say something important. And it wasn't, it didn't used to be like that, But I'm so confident now and like, all right, just listen. Just listen. Mount Olympus was the beginning of me seeing like, oh, shit. People are listening. And then my fans believe in me so much. What would I be saying to them if I didn't believe in myself the same way? And so the King of the South thing for me is being from Mississippi, being from the country, and knowing what people think about what the word country means and the country bunking thing. That does not mean that you're not intelligent. If you're not in the city, you're in the country. And that don't matter where you at. You know what I'm saying? We just happen to be in a really big country on the low, though. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go there because I'm confident. I believe in myself. And I'm never going to stop making music. It ain't over. Like, this album is the beginning of the rest of the story, and I got a lot to say.
Well, yeah, no, definitely. You mentioned Mount Olympus. I think a lot of people say, well, he's responding to Kendrick Lamar Control, but it's deeper than that. Like, you're making a bigger statement. Like, why did you feel like you had to make that statement? Because it's not like you came out right after Control, like all these other people. You took your time with that record. Like, so what's the bigger statement you felt you had to make at that time?
I mean, well, first off, I was in a super happy place before that verse came out. Not in a happy place like, well, hip-hop put me there, but just in a regular, like, oh, I'm just going to make Smelling Collie records and I'm kicking it, right? Because
you like making Cadillac? Cadillac?
Yeah, because, I mean, what happened was Live from the Underground, I was so aggressive and angry, and I didn't feel like being there no more, especially for music, because I just love making music. So that verse came out, and then I was like, oh, okay, because I got it. Hip-hop is competitive. That's what we do. But media, some people that never heard of me before judged me based off of not only this verse, but whatever single they may have just recently typed in and thought that was all I was about. And that's what I couldn't get with, because it was so much negativity. And we've always not only focused on the positivity, but people know that it's a building block for me. It's a foundation. And then it even went to the point where people would do interviews with these people that were named. They'd name all the artists Kendrick named, but wouldn't name me. So now we're talking about reverse beef, because I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like you was
He
like
dissed me too.
you would post a picture and then you be like, shit, like they got my face on some shit, but then they do an interview, they won't mention me. So it's like, for me, it was like, all right, this is bigger than me just dropping a verse over the control beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, hell nah. And then I understand how strategic things like that are. So it's like, if I must respond to this, first off, I can make my own beats. And I can make a beat harder than that beat. So fuck it, I'm gonna do that. You feel me? And I'm gonna turn it into a situation where it's not about that verse. Because for me, being heard is all I ever wanted. And I went through so much to prove myself. Because geographically, I'm from a place where people don't really necessarily believe we can rap. And so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna talk about all this. We talking about 10 years of feeling like they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And so I can finally, I've been humble. I've been good. I've been cool. I've been kicking it. And when I was like, hell nah, man. And I named it Mount Olympus because it's this rap god thing going on. And I understand Mount Olympus is the place where all the gods kick it. You feel me? So I named it Mount Olympus because I'm kicking it there. But my track is where we all kick it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. I dropped that. And it was literally about the whole idea of how it was all turned around and I'm being this, but I'm not really being this. So it's not really about what Kendrick said. Then I went into how many Southern artists that you never heard of have been bidding on somebody took their flow or did something and never paid homage. Then I went to, I understand syllables, similes, metaphors. You're not lyrical to me just because you know the thesaurus. Doesn't work like that for me. Because we're not saying, everything's been said, ain't nothing new on the sun. I done heard, it ain't nothing new on the sun. But if you can tell me something that I've heard before in a way I've never heard it before, that's how I respect it. And if I can relate to it, boom, hell yeah, dog. And then, if Andre 3000 can't be the king of hip hop, god damn.
Yeah, what made you go to that Andre 3000 observation?
Because this is Andre 3000. What the fuck? Like straight up, man.
Because of that moment at the source where he was like, when they was getting booed and the South got something to say.
Man, like, the homie Prototype. I'm just saying. Yeah. And this ain't even rap music. This is like, all right, you know what? I don't even feel like rapping right now. I'm gonna just full blown sing. You feel me? Like, goddamn, but nobody was like, he's an R&B singer. They was still like, that Andre 3000 be snapping. Yeah. He'll murder you on a record.
Prototypes.
And so, but if he can't get that, then I'm like, damn, what they, in this day and time, where do I stand? And I felt like saying that. And then I went into if my hooks are simple, why am I being literally like targeted for simple hooks? When technically in music, most of your most popular songs ever in life were simple hooks. And they were made in a way where everybody could sing them. So I saw like, oh, a lot of K.R.I.T hooks are simple. I'm like, what you mean though? Some of the records that came out last year or the year before that, either they didn't even have a hook or they were so simple that the littlest kid could sing them. But they weren't targeted. I happened to be targeted. Yeah. So I was like, oh, hell no. Nah. And then it was, it was a lot more going on.
So that Mount Olympus session must have been fun, man.
Yeah, it was like, I wrote that song a day after Control Verse came out.
Wow, and you held it all that time.
But why would I drop it when something else happened strategic? It wouldn't have helped me to drop it then. Yeah. But I learned that this game is chess, not checkers. I'm not gonna jump you right after you jump me. I gotta think about this. Yeah.
But even now, it's not even the focal point of your album. It's more like a bonus track, right, to the overall scheme.
Well,
of
it's
the
a
record,
reprise.
right?
Shout out to Dahi because he killed that shit.
Oh, he did.
Dahi redid the beat. I couldn't clear the sample. Y'all know how this shit is.
You clear free samples, I keep hearing.
I gave it for free. I couldn't clear that sample though.
No, but there's 3 samples on the album that you did clear.
There's 3 samples, but that's not one of them.
Okay.
and if there's any more, Def Jam don't know about it. Straight up. And we're not telling them. I'm sorry.
What on the free?
I'm not telling you that either. Just in case I tell you the wrong one. Shit. They'll be like, oh shit, he didn't tell us about that one. No.
But you do get along with some artists, right?
I get along with all. Whoa,
nah,
here you go.
Joking.
See, that's that pin shit.
Nah. I'm joking.
I get along with all. I understand hip hop, man. I get along with all of them.
No, but the competitive aspect. I mean, you and Kendrick were on the freshman cover together.
Yeah,
and I
freshman cover. Me and Kendrick and Cole did a song together. Well, ASAP Rocky record. Shout out to ASAP for that shit. The One Train record when he got it. Because
I heard somebody might have been the best on that record right there. You know
man.
I heard you had the best verse in there.
Man, I appreciate that though. Shit. Appreciate
Nah,
it.
I think you had the best verse. on
Yeah,
the
I
album.
mean, I will say I'm a producer too. So at the end of the day, I'd never be like, oh, I don't like that cat, because I love music in general.
How did One Train come together? And did you know everybody else was on the record? Like,
No, well, this is what happened. ASAP sent the shout out to Shy Money too. ASAP sent the record to Shy Money. It's like, y'all want K.R.I.T to jump on this. And I learned my lesson from the BET freestyle. They sent me a beat and it was only 16 bars. It was like, K.R.I.T, do a verse. I was like, cool. I wrote 16 bars.
right
We
to
got
the
up there and
beat.
did the freestyle. It was 32s, 48s. I was like, I can't let that happen again. So shit, that One Train came in 16 bars. I looped that bitch again and kept writing. I was like, hell nah, they ain't gonna do me like that. No sir. I was like, I gotta say everything, man, straight up. Not on that shit. And he was like, no topic. It's rappers. I got other people jumping on it. Tell them rap about anything. It's called One Train. It's like, bet.
So you think that's why they put you like? When did you hear it? And did you know you were gonna be put?
I
last
don't
on the
know.
record?
Nah, I think he just wanted to make sure I was last on that motherfucker. I'm not gonna say shit. I just be
Look
like,
how
hey,
proud you
dog. It was a lot of facts in that shit. It was like, hey, I did a record with BB King, pimp. Woo, that's some shit. Straight up.
I mean, BB, you did a record with BB,
Yeah,
literally.
That's
in the
worthy of
studio.
being last verse, I think. Like, oh, he really did do a record with BB King.
What was that like? Because that was your grandmother's favorite, right?
Yeah, she put me on the BB King. My grandmother had a poster of BB King on the wall. He had a curl, and when you come in the house, straight up, he had a curl on the poster. You gotta respect the curl though. You come in the house and you greet her, you turn around, this is big ass poster of BB King. You feel me? So what BB don't know is like over time in life, I've always been kind of in tune with working with him. It's just like that. And so I go in the studio. And Johnny Shipes is sitting over there. BB is kicking it. And I walk in and I see him. I don't even speak to him first. I go, Shipes like, yo, that's BB King over there. And he's just chilling, tapping his foot like, yeah. I'm like, yo, you BB King. I just hate that everybody else was so cool about it when I walked in. Like, y'all don't even get it. Like, this is. So, yeah, I made a big deal out of it. Hell, yeah, that shit was amazing.
So how was it like making the record? Was it Praying Man, right?
Oh, man, it was great because he was like, yo, I'm here. I love the record. You from Mississippi. I understand, like, the blues and the things he said next. He was like, you want me to play Lucille on the song? Because at first it didn't have his guitar.
Wow.
He's like, you want me to play Lucille on the song? I was like, hell yeah. I ain't say it like that. I said it way nicer. It's like, yes, sir, Mr. BB King. I would love it if you played Lucille on this record. And
that would be nice.
he
Mr.
was
King.
he was calling me by my government name, and for those that don't know, I'm not saying it out loud.
You like you
And he went
name?
in this hell nah.
Right,
He went in
okay.
the studio though. It don't matter. He went in the studio and he would just start playing, and I'm talking about it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna mess up, take it back to the top. Like he did 3 takes all the way through different renditions. And all the while,
He was just mad accommodating.
oh man, he killed it. But if I mute the record, this is the crazy thing. If I mute the record, the beat that I made in the music, I can hear him playing in whatever shoes he was playing, tapping. And for me, like I'm one of those people where all the old school music, some of the microphones was either EQ too loud. A lot of the blues records, the amp was a little farther from the microphone than it was supposed to be, so you can hear all the ambiance in the room.
Yeah.
And so I was throwed off like I don't know if he was wearing penny loafers, but I was like, I can hear his penny loafers tapping. And that shit was so thrown to me. I'm sorry, that's for me and all the people that like to hear penny loafers and songs. Straight up. I'm just saying.
But it's great that all these collaborations, like, it's like you're really getting in the studio with these people.
Oh,
really
yeah. I mean,
collaborating.
most of them, it's a blessing to be able to. Some of them I don't get the opportunity, but that had to happen. Yeah.
So the love of music, growing up in Mississippi, also, looking back in your career, researching some history on you, you had a lot of strong parental figures in your life.
Yeah.
Growing up in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that and, like, how did they help shape your development?
I mean, well, for me, I obviously having my aunts and uncles around, a lot of OGs. My parents weren't together, but they were very influential in my life. You know what I'm saying? They divorced when I was 5, but they were there. They was kicking it. They was there. But my grandmother was born in 1923, and when I turned 12, I moved in with her, for real. But obviously being around, but I moved in when I was 12, and that's a different way of thinking about life, because she's seeing what's going on now, but she's giving you these morals that people don't really tell you about anymore. You know what I'm saying? And so I got all of that, and I think she was extremely influential how I am as a man, though, as far as do unto others as you want them to do unto you. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. And this was always in my mind. It don't necessarily go with rap,
Yeah.
But
Life
it was
lessons.
yeah, it's life lessons, and I feel like I'd be literally robbing people if I didn't tell them about the experiences or what I went through or what she told me growing up. Yeah.
And that started to come out in your art. But before that, you was into sports a lot, right? As a kid,
Yeah,
right?
I played baseball. I'm trying out for the Braves 2016. All y'all go vote for me.
You the new Chipper Jones?
Nah, I'm just Rudy. But baseball, like, I'm going to hit a home run, and I'm going to literally retire after that. Y'all tripping. I'm dead
There's
serious.
this lie that you pitched a no-hitter.
It's a lie. Nah, you added the lie part. The no-hitter shit is true. Straight up. I pitched 2 no-hitters. I was in Gulfport. It was out now age-wise. I was young. I was 12 or 13, but that shit means something to me. You know? I wasn't in college.
Still no hits.
Yeah, but I pitched 2 no-hitters in the Little League World Series Championship. Not on television though. In Gulfport, but it's all good. I mean, straight up, I'm in the who's who. I think that's what they said. They sent me a little certificate. That's what they said.
Who was your favorite ball player growing up?
Oh man, you talking about Fred McGriff, obviously Sammy Sosa, Greg Maddux, cold pitcher. Sammy Sosa. See,
hey man,
I ain't got nothing to do with what you talking about right now.
But music-wise, you also played the orchestra too, right? You played tuba.
Yeah. Well, I played the cello. You funny, dog. You funny. He couldn't. Oh man. Now I played the cello from 5th grade to 10th grade, and then I played the tuba from the beginning of high school on out.
So what was your earliest memories of hip hop? How did you get into hip hop music?
My early experiences was I think my dad. I just remember him playing a lot of Scarface, NWA, but the Mind Playing Tricks on Me video scared the shit out of me growing up.
It's a scary video.
And I remember
it still scares me.
I remember seeing that video, but my dad loved that song so much, so he played it a lot. And I think that was my first experiences in him actually buying MC Hammer tapes because I like those songs. And Criss Cross was one of those groups I could look at as a kid and be like, I want to wear my pants and shirt backwards. Yeah. And he wasn't even tripping on that shit. He wouldn't let me go outside, but he wasn't tripping on it. Y'all know y'all parents will let y'all wear that shit backwards. Not in public. Hell no.
Wait till you get down the corner then.
Nah, wait till you get in the house.
There you go.
You do whatever the fuck you want in the house. Yeah.
When did you start realizing you could make music, that you could rap?
When I realized that a lot of Tupac songs were poems. And that was weird. I was like, wow. Oh shit, like Road That Grew From Concrete was a poem, you know? And then when you find that out, it was like, oh, okay, all I have to do is figure out a way to put this on a melody. You know what I'm saying?
Because you was already writing poetry?
I was already writing poetry early. Yeah, I was writing poetry, at least writing my thoughts. I didn't understand bars. Around the time I was 12 or 13, I didn't understand bar structure. And shout out to Big Son, because that's my partner. He's one of the first people.
Alumni.
Yeah. He was one of the first people to show me bar structure. And that was the beginning of me starting to write songs.
The monster. That's the monster, boy. And then how did you step to the production side? Were you doing it simultaneously at the same time? I
couldn't afford to pay for beats.
Yeah.
And beats was only $100 back then. But you can't, your parents not gonna buy a $100 instrumental for you.
Yeah.
Nah. So I got MTV, my brother bought me MTV Music Generator, and that's when I started making beats on PlayStation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's been a long road, pimp. That was 1999. Goddamn. That was a long time ago. Shit.
But the big break, I guess, is with Johnny Snipes, right? Like,
Johnny Snipes. I mean, well, I would say the beginning of people understanding and knowing about my music came around 2005, because I dropped "See Me on Top 1" and DJ.
Oh, so you already had "See Me on Top 1"?
Yeah, "See Me on Top 1" came out in 2005, and a DJ named DJ Folk had heard it and put one of my songs on a mixtape called "Trap to the Stroll." It had Jeezy and Trick Daddy on the cover, and that was the beginning of me. Oh shit, the music is traveling. And so that was really the beginning of me starting to make noise. And I had a record called Just Touchdown that started picking up. Yeah. But the thing about it is, like, when you have a budget and you're literally fighting marketing dollars that most labels have, and that was before social networks, MySpace had just hit, but you can't compete. And so I kind of fell out the map for 4 years. And then around 2009, Johnny Snipes reached out to me because he'd heard a lot of my music and was like, yo, I want to work with you.
But he was willing to sacrifice, right? Like, he didn't want nothing from you.
Yeah, he didn't want. Right? He didn't. It was the first time I heard somebody say free. Like, I'll work for you for free, no paperwork, free. And I was like, hell yeah. He was like, 6 months. If you don't like what I'm doing, then don't fuck with me. But if you like what I'm doing, then sign. And then 2 months in, again, I got to work with Steve-O, GFC, marketing. I had 2 videos with Creative Control, Hometown Hero, Children of the World. I was in DD 172 working with Smoke Dizzle, Currency, Stally, Ski Beats. You know what I'm saying? And so it was a lot. It was a large transition in my career in like 2.5, 3 months.
Because you left Mississippi, started hitting what, Atlanta, New York, all these other.
No, I started
regions?
Mississippi, Birmingham, Atlanta, and then I came to New York.
What was that like? Was
Scary?
Yeah.
I done slept on a lot of couches, straight up. A lot of couches, a lot of hotel rooms. You know what I'm saying? The whole $92 weekly rate shit. Yeah. Wrong side of town, and you asking yourself, how did I get here? Yeah. You feel me? But it was necessary that I do that in order to be able to express the kind of passion I have in my music, because I'll never forget that. It could have went all wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. What kept you think the passion is what kept you so determined to stay on that path?
Because it's always between praying and just believing that God wanted it for me. Every time I turn a corner where I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. Like I gotta go home, or this might be a bad turn. Something to happen, and it'd be somebody buying a beat on PayPal. It'd be somebody buying a verse. I was literally recording rappers back then too. So somebody be like, "Yo, I need you to record a song." I was charging people $25 a song to just record a song, but that got me through. You know?
Yeah. No, because you said like before K.R.I.T was here, you was thinking about getting to the point of quitting. How was you able to even make K.R.I.T was here with all that kind of stress going on at that time?
I had nothing but time in a room.
Yeah.
Like when you living with somebody, you got a small space, and if they give you a room, you can't go nowhere for real, because you don't want them to be like, "Yo, you really trampling on my space." You know what I'm saying? So you go from the refrigerator to your room, and you wait for them to leave the bathroom so you can go in there. You feel me? You like, y'all know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm talking about, I go in my room, I shut my door, I play my music through my headphones, and I try not to rap too loud so I don't wake nobody kids up. Wow. And that was life for years, you know. But it gave me the opportunity to create K.R.I.T was here. It's so much other music that I just could give away because I had made it already. I had went through that struggle, and I felt like people needed to hear it.
From that K.R.I.T. I get down for my craft.